Will it stay? I'm looking at different reports being filed by different people, both saying different things. What's your best sense at this moment? Does it stay legal tender or does it not stay legal tender?
Rahul, I think after 30th of September, there's very clear in this part of the notification, at least it says very clearly will remain legal tender. Now, I do not think RBI has specified it will remain legal tender only up to September 30. That just needed a few more words.
Is that your understanding as well?
No. There is a very clear point. Even if it remains legal tender, it loses public trust as a medium of exchange. Traders won't accept it. People won't stock it.
Yes.
That is a big issue. But of course, the RBI and the government can argue that, well, we have given you a window and an extension is always possible. So there is going to be a significant impact on banks. Banks will once again be flushed with 3.62 lakh crore. We saw the impact on the banking system when that huge amount of money happened in 2016. That's a broader macro point. And the second point really is the impact on trade. As far as I would say, since pink is the new black, post September 30th or even after the extended deadline, the 2000 note will simply be a piece of paper.
Okay, I want to get some reactions from our reporters on the ground. Devankur Vadhavan joins us from Jaipur. Anirban joins us from Kolkata. Devankur, very quickly, what are people making of this decision by the Reserve Bank of India?
Well, Rahul, there is a sense of anxiety on the ground whether people will have to once again stand in long queues, the kind that the one witnessed in 2016. I will straight away go to some of the people, get in the voices from the ground. 2000 रुपए के नोट आरबीआई ने फैसला लिया है कि नए नोट सर्कुलेशन में नहीं आएंगे, पुराने नोट्स जो हैं वो लीगल टेंडर रहेंगे सितंबर 30 तक। पर क्या आपको ये एंजाइटी है कि वो नोट्स जो है जो आपके पास है दोबारा से क्लैमर हो सकता है नोट्स डिपॉजिट करने के लिए?
अगर बात करें 2000 के नोट की तो प्रेजेंट सर्कुलेशन में आई डोंट थिंक कि इतने ज़्यादा नोट्स हैं 2000 के, और अभी हमारे पास टाइम भी है, आई थिंक 4 मंथ्स समथिंग है, तो 4 मंथ्स आई थिंक इनफ है किसी भी पर्सन के लिए अगर वो इन्फॉर्म है और उसके पास जो 2000 के जो नोट है वो अपने बैंक में जाके डिपॉजिट।
आरबीआई का जो फैसला है, सरकार का फैसला है, आरबीआई के थ्रू कम्युनिकेट किया गया है, इसके पीछे की मंशा क्या लग रही है? क्या लगता है कि ब्लैक मनी कर्व करने के लिए किया जा रहा है?
जी ऑफ कोर्स सर, इसके लिए ये जो डिसीजन लिया गया है, इसके लिए ऑफ कोर्स बड़े बड़े इकोनॉमिस्ट उनकी कमेटी बैठ के सोच समझ के डिसीजन लिया गया होगा। तो जो ये लिया गया इसे बिल्कुल ब्लैक मनी भ्रष्टाचार जैसे मुद्दों पे काबू पाने के लिए लिया होगा, क्योंकि 2000 के रुपये की जो नोट की वैल्यू है वो बहुत बड़ी है। तो जो छोटे कॉपी नोट बनते हैं छोटे नोट के, उनसे उनकी अपेक्षा 2000 के नोट की कॉपी बनती है कहीं ना कहीं, तो वो भ्रष्टाचार में
Let's get a reaction from Anirban as well. Anirban is in Kolkata. Anirban, do you want to tell us what people in Kolkata are saying about this government decision? Does it really impact them as much? My mom just messaged, she's watching at this time, she said, I don't have 2000 rupee notes. Don't spread rumors about me. Which is cool, chill. So I realized that, but people do have. I mean, if you go to our ATM right now in office, some of the notes that will come out in a 10,000 rupee transaction will also be 2000 rupee notes. So Anirban, what are you picking up from the ground?
See, the people are a little bit anxious about the decision because as the result of 2016 when the demonetization happens, there is a long queue near the ATMs and banks. So
okay, stay with me for a moment. I want to go across to former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram. He's joining us from his constituency live at this moment. Mr. Chidambaram, your first reaction as former Finance Minister to this government's decision, which they say will help clean up the economy, reduce the presence of high denomination notes. Mr. Chidambaram.
This is the usual spin which is given by government, and the RBI plays along with the government. 2000 rupee note was never a clean note. A clean note is a note which is widely used, popular, and millions of people use that note for a daily buying and selling. 2000 rupees was always a dirty note. It was only kept by people to store their black money temporarily until they converted the black money. So it was a very convenient temporary storage for people who were storing the black money in 500 and 1000. They were very conveniently storing it to 2000. To call it a clean note, I mean, you say it is a dirty note and you're cleaning it up by withdrawing the dirty note.
But directionally, you'd agree that this is the right thing to have done. Maybe it's happened a little late, but they're pressing in the right direction.
Obviously, it was a wrong thing to have introduced the 2,000 rupee note. It is certainly the right thing to withdraw the note, even after 7 years. It was totally wrong to introduce it in the first place.
One of the things the government is saying, this will clean up the election process. A lot of these 2,000 rupee notes are used by netas for poll financing. There are big elections towards the end of the year, general elections next year. They think this will help clean up the electoral process.
Have they discovered this only after they lost the Karnataka election? They didn't discover this when 5 state elections took place a few months ago. I mean, this government comes up with ad hoc and foolish responses. The honest thing to say is, we made a mistake in demonetization. We compounded the mistake by introducing 2,000 rupee notes. We made the mistake worse by not recalibrating our ATMs. Now that we know that 2,000 rupee notes were never popular, it was not a widely used medium of exchange, we now accept the criticism that was made by me and others in November 2016, and we are withdrawing the 2,000 rupee note. And just as I predicted, they introduced the 500 rupee note after a few weeks of demonetization. I will not be surprised if they reintroduce the 1,000 rupee note.
But why do you feel that way? Because they're directionally going away from big denomination notes, so there's no need to bring a 1,000 rupee note.
Please understand, with higher per capita income and inflation and larger volume of trade, including internal trade, buying and selling, it is necessary to have a decent denomination note. Once upon a time, 10 rupees, 50 years ago, 10 rupees was a decent denomination note which could buy most things. But 100 rupees, if I remember right, about 25 years ago, a 100 rupee note was a good enough note to buy and sell on a daily basis. Today, 500 is the most popular medium of exchange, and 1,000 rupees would be necessary, at least in urban areas. Whether they introduce 1,000 rupees or not is their decision. But I will not be surprised if they reintroduce the 1,000 rupee note.
Okay, you're saying they should have done it earlier, but directionally it's the right thing to do, but you're also making the point that they're correcting their own mistake. Mr. Chidambaram, for joining us, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.